Welcome to Take One Talk, a podcast with suggestions and topics made up on the spot, and Take One has to deal with the chaos. Make sure to send in your comments and questions to our social media at Take One Improv so we can talk about it on our show. Now, get ready to take off your pants and piss yourself.
All right. So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 1 of Take One Talk. I am your host, Christian Harris. I'm going to be joined today by Danielle Phillips.
Hello, happy to be here.
And off screen, running as fast as he can, is Corey J. Phillips.
This is him running very fast.
I'm not running.
He is...
I am moving at the pace in which I want.
Which is the speed of light.
So, wait, we could bring drinks?
I brought drinks.
I have...
This is not meant for kids.
I dehydrated, so I won't have to pee.
He's like an astronaut. He doesn't want to pee in his suit.
No. I'm the opposite of a camel. I just empty everything. So welcome to episode 1 of Take One Talk. So who is Take One? We are an improv troupe of a group of actors who tour all around the Southwest United States, doing conventions. We also perform at festivals and theaters and all kinds of stuff. And we have been around for over 15 years.
Yeah. We started in 2007, so whatever that math checks out to.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
decided we're not doing enough work, so we need to do a podcast.
Yeah, because you know what you should do with the things that you love.
16.
Make them work and then do them as work.
Yeah.
We're getting our license. We're 16.
Oh yeah.
We're
cool.
we're out of the learner's permit.
We can drive with our parents.
Yeah. No, 16 you can drive without your parents.
Not in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but I mean, does
16,
anyone...
18, I think, is when you get your official driver's
Really?
license. Yeah, I think so.
I don't think that's true.
I've never lived in Oklahoma, so I can't.
I don't know. That was like 2 decades ago. I don't remember
Yeah.
what happened.
That's fair. I knew they were trying to make that a thing in Indiana before I left, but I don't think it ever became an actual thing.
We need people from Oklahoma to tell us if that is a
Yeah.
thing.
Yes,
in the
this
comment
is
section,
vital.
tell me what the driving laws of Oklahoma are,
They're vital.
because I'm not near a computer of any kind. There are no devices near
Yeah,
me whatsoever.
so- No.
Ignore all these wires going here and there.
No, those are actually pipe cleaners.
Yeah.
It's all set dressing.
And I'll tell you what pipes they clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that note, how are you guys doing?
I'm good. I'll start us off. My week's pretty good. I got to do a project this week. I shot on.
Oh, yeah.
it was awesome. National ad. And then, but the thing I'm actually excited about was these Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I really needed went down in price. They were like $30, and they went down to like $4 because they got reprinted. And that's the beauty of Konami, is that a card that you can spend $120 on for a playset in an instant can become worthless.
I still have my first generation Pokemon cards in a binder, right? And I had a ton. My mom hated it. She's like, "This is just a phase." I'm like, "Mom, no, it's not. I'm 9, and this is important."
I love how all of our parents said that it was a phase, and then we made it our identities.
Yeah, it's literally my career. My mom still, I love you, Mom. She still doesn't quite understand what I do or what anime really is.
What does she think you do?
Oh, let's all pretend to be our parents explaining what anime is.
Okay.
All right, how would you
So me be my mom?
yeah.
Yeah.
How would you explain what anime is?
Oh, well, it's a cartoon for kids. And honestly, it's wonderful that you have a good time, and I'm glad that it makes you happy, but I'd really love to see you on Broadway. Anime is great when you're a child. It's just full of all the crazy colors and all the little weird...
Crazy.
I love that. That's also could be like your mom explaining psychedelics. It's a lot of crazy colors, which it's really great when you're a kid.
I'm glad you have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go into that little booth with all the little padding on the walls, and I don't know, I just saw better for you.
My son is in a psych ward. He's been committed. He's in a room that's padded.
Yeah.
He screams the whole time.
Yeah. And then he talks about
Oh
all
my
of his...
gosh. being committed and being in voice actor are the same thing.
It's very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How would your parents explain?
Oh my gosh, I know how my mom would explain it.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I don't You're in Pokemon? Have you been in Pokemon?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're not in Pokemon? Then I don't.
Then you haven't done it.
Then you don't really. Are you in Sailor Moon?
My mom calls it Pikachu.
No.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, my mom
Pokemon.
to annoy me. So I know my mom's the Japanese side. I know she knows how to say it right. What she would say to annoy me would be Pokemans.
Oh, yeah.
And she'd add a Z at the end. Like I
Pokemans?
know she's doing it to annoy me when you add
Yeah.
the Z at the end for no reason.
But
Yeah.
you're not in General Hospital. When are you gonna act in something that's like good, like a soap, like General Hospital? You know?
Yeah.
Or Bachelor.
Yes, the artistic accomplishment that is General Hospital.
Are you gonna be on The Bachelor? That's real acting.
So I can summarize how my dad would explain it very, very quickly, which would be like, so it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
How's it get here?
See, I
on a
actually-
boat? Is that what you say?
I'm not even sure my mom realizes that anime is from Japan.
Oh.
I don't think that she would
She
even.
thinks it's from Denmark.
No, she loved
She
it.
thinks
then.
everything is from
She
Denmark.
loved. Oh yeah, everything.
Everything is from Denmark.
Like, oh, Toshiba, I love those
Denmark.
Danish cars.
Those Danish
Danish.
cars. Did you say Danish car for Toshiba?
Yeah,
They don't
Danish.
make cars.
I know.
Oh, that's the joke. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this. I've been
My mom
driving.
doesn't know cars either.
I've been driving this TV for 40 years.
I really can't wait till the new Samsung comes out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got a Hemi in it. This Samsung has got a Hemi in it.
Okay, so Danny, last week, because we did a con last week and we left, you weren't feeling well. Are you feeling better?
I am feeling better, although ever since last week I've had a weird headache in this part. I need everyone to say it's here and here.
For the audio listeners, it's the back of her head.
It is
Yeah.
the back of my head and my neck. It kind of feels like I'm in a vice, like someone is just pulling on those two areas, and I don't know what that means. I don't have medical insurance, so if anyone in the comments is a doctor,
If anyone in the comments is a doctor,
please help me.
no,
This is how actors get insurance. Like this is our insurance.
This
It's
is
just
it.
community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not at the GoFundMe stage yet, but you know,
we are looking for sugar daddies to sponsor us.
sugar. I'm looking for sugar anyone's.
I'm
That's
so
fair.
poor. I can't even afford the R. I'm just looking for a sugar daddy.
Oh, but we found out your net value in our pre.
Oh yeah, in the half episodes.
Yeah, it was 700,000.
So apparently I'm worth 700,000.
That's
That is a
amazing.
lie.
Yeah,
I
like,
know.
I would.
The IRS, if you're listening right now, that is a lie, and you know it's a lie. I know it's a lie.
Look at me. Now look at you. Now look back at yourself and look at me. Do I look like I have money? No.
IRS, tell me what you are. I don't understand.
IRS, take pity on me.
IRS, make all your dreams come true with my money. Cool. So that is our How Are We Doing segment.
What about you?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I broke my back
Sneeze.
existing. It wasn't like, oh, what'd you do? It's just like I was living and I actually started to hurt at the con. And then the drive home, which was like a 5+ hour drive, and it was just smoked. And then it got really bad. So I hosted a variety show at a festival yesterday. And I don't know what it was about that thing. I did a tango, I did some stuff, and then it was hard to walk back to my car.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I had to park like 2 blocks away because they blocked off like 5 city blocks for me to get to it. So yeah, it's like, oh cool. What did you do to hurt your back originally? I slept bad and I went on an 8-hour car trip.
And then he sneezed.
And oh dude, I sneezed this morning and I just went back to bed. It hurt so bad.
It sneezed you into unconsciousness.
Well, it sneezed me into pain, and the pain made me faint because it hurt so bad. I spent all day just icing my back.
Oh no.
I love
So
that.
sugar daddies, if you can give me insurance or something for a chiropractor, that would be great. I am doing like exercises that a chiropractor gave me. It hasn't started working yet.
I think
it
you should
hurts.
go to a physical therapist.
Yeah, so the exercises I do is like physical therapy.
I one time
Okay.
I one time threw my neck out drying my hair.
Oh, dude, yeah.
What were you? How were you doing it?
Just with a towel, dry my hair.
With a towel?
Yeah.
Was your hair super long, or was it about as short as it is now?
It was. Does that really matter?
How does like long hair takes more effort?
No, it was
Yeah.
not like long hair. I've never
okay.
had like long hair.
Oh, interesting.
Like the longest I've hair is
Was that emo swoopy thing I saw?
Yeah.
the devil eye, the Sasuke hair.
Oh yeah.
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Yeah, no, I threw my neck out doing that.
No, that's lovely.
We're getting comments. I can't
We
read
are
them because
getting
they're all the way over
comments.
there.
Oh,
People are
gosh.
saying stuff. You want me to go read them?
No, so I think I can pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, we should have that live so we can actually read them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's you threw your back out. That was your week. My week was chock full. I threw my back out.
Oh goodness. Okay. It's so good to see all you guys.
Thank you. Good to see you
Yeah.
too.
Isaac says that The Bachelor is his mom's favorite show to watch.
Same, C's. For my mom.
I don't know if I've ever seen an episode of The Bachelor.
You're not missing out. They're just like, oh my god, he's so hot. I'm so single. I need anyone.
My my brain is already starting to hurt and itch.
He's
Just-
like, I'm
just-
gonna make out with you. I'm gonna make out with you while looking at her. I'm gonna definitely do stuff with you that we're gonna say we can't say on TV.
This is making my
Yeah.
soul hurt.
There's a whole podcast called Batch Bitches that's all about reviewing every episode of The Bachelor.
Reviewing it?
We should that should be this podcast.
Yeah.
We should
Batch?
find really terrible attempts at either like a terrible attempt at like a reality show or a terrible attempt at things like
Yeah.
that are on video. Watch them and then just review them.
Yeah. No, I actually was thinking about just finding the worst comments on YouTube and
I love
discussing those.
terrible comments.
Yeah.
If you guys can leave us a terrible comment right now, I will read them. I'll just read them.
that's just for us.
I just read them.
I'll just read it. No, I'll read them live right now. I will read them deeply into the mic, the lowest voice I can muster.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to that. So
Yeah.
leave your
Okay.
terrible comments.
Yeah.
Leave our scroll through them.
So for
my
our
gosh.
first segment, who would like to go first? So what we kind of do is we are improvisers and actors, and we will bring our own topics or suggestions or
You're going
prompts
first.
that we will discuss.
Oh fuck! It's
Yeah.
rock paper scissors shoot.
Yeah.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Great. So I was doing it. I've been watching Hey Mad, and they do paper rock scissors very differently. That's how I was doing it because I was literally binging it all last night.
Yeah,
Did you say
it's so
paper,
good.
rock, scissors?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
they
not-
say scissors, paper, rock over in Australia. And
Because
so-
everything is backwards in that country.
Yeah, I
Okay.
love it. If I wasn't so
That
terrified of
continent.
they're a continent, yeah.
Yeah, they're a
that
continent.
continent. That's weird. It's like you have to refer to Australia as like they do everything differently in that continent.
Yeah, I mean, you saying a country is also not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're
because
both.
they call themselves a country. They say they are the greatest country. No, they don't say that.
Yeah, because they're not weird like we are.
Yeah,
Right. Make it great again.
right. Oh,
right.
dude.
Make it
Okay,
criminal.
So it's my first. Well, I get it because it used to be a penal colony. So my first thing is again. So I recently I took a break from Starfield
Okay.
and got back into Baldur's Gate. So I
For a
started-
week.
So I started playing a new campaign of Baldur's Gate,
Oh.
and I'm playing as Geralt, and I gave him absolutely no charisma whatsoever.
Sure. Yeah.
And in the Grove, he failed. The little girl dies. She gets killed by the snake. And so I, of course, as Geralt, murdered the druid leader
Yeah,
that did
yeah.
that. And then I ended up having to murder the rest of the druids.
Yeah.
So already in my playthrough, I've murdered the entire druid grove.
I mean, that's basically what happens when he's at the wizard's tower and they attack him. He just starts murking all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And so yeah, dealing with that. But what it brings me to the question is so I don't know what all exists in D&D and tabletop. I love tabletop. I love D&D, but I don't know what exists in the realm of it.
Yeah.
And I think so. The question I have today is, what is something, either a race or a campaign, that does not, or you don't think exists in D&D, that you would love to see exist?
Oh, that's interesting.
So mine is I would love to see a like God of War type campaign where the whole point of it is killing gods. Like your character is a demigod of some sort, like it just super overpowered, and the whole point of and like if mortals come up to you during the campaign,
Yeah.
you can just massacre them. Like your character, basically, the party is capable of massacring towns if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But the whole campaign is around hunting gods.
So that's interesting because like a lot of campaigns end with killing a god, right?
Yeah.
So like you have the Dragon Queen. I can't remember what that's like. The very first 5th ed adventure was going and fighting Tiamat. Right, that's how it ends. I'm running a campaign right now where it's the 10 Towns. Oh gosh, Icewind Dale, and that one ends with fighting a minor deity.
Is it Krishnabon?
It's a minor. She's called the Ice Maiden.
Okay. So in this campaign,
It's just
the
like that
Ice
is-
Maiden would be their equivalent of a level 1 campaign.
Right.
So it'd be
Yeah.
like they're gonna go kill a minor deity, and then by the end they're gonna like
It's a Herculean
yeah, they're like
campaign.
killing the
they're-
gods of gods, like
Right.
they're and so like the whole campaign is just them murking gods, and
That's interesting.
their superpower, and just to because like what it was born out of is like one of the most annoying things in D&D is the anime player,
Yeah.
the one that wants to be like basically a minor deity,
Yeah.
and because they've watched too much anime, and I was like, what if we just catered into that, and everybody in the party was just an anime main character. They're all super overpowered, and like mortals in what would be the normal cannon fodder of D&D are like laughably underpowered and just get like Diablo style just mowed down. Like, oh, it'd be so funny if they accidentally so in one of the campaigns they kill a god, and it's like the god of this like civilization. This civilization rises up against them, and they just wipe them out, just murk them. That'd be awesome.
I like that. It's almost like you playing Baldur's Gate with all the mods on.
Yeah. Yeah. Except there's still like a skill thing where like the thing I'm actually supposed to be fighting is capable of fighting
Sure,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like the minute to minute, like between those, is
Yeah,
just like
just
hello mortals.
Yeah, and just like some guard lips off like, show us your passport. I'm not going to.
No, I really feel like this is unnecessary. Close the gate. Okay.
And then you just through the gate.
Yeah.
Blows open the gate.
Yeah. Just
yeah.
You open it like it's a curtain. It's
Yeah,
just,
it just and so then like everybody has to like all the NPCs are just like, oh. I would love to be the DM of that campaign because then you could just play NPCs that are just out of their depth.
oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, playing like a super power. Yeah, that'd be really fun. All right, Danny, what do you have a?
I have 2 ideas. First one was the Odyssey. Basically, you've just finished this giant war, and now your characters are trying to travel back home
Yeah.
to their land. Because I don't know if that is a campaign option in D&D, like where you've basically you are just finished fighting the big bad, and now you're making your way home.
Yeah.
So it's like your homeward journey essentially.
Oh, so you mean like in a pre-written module, or like? I
Well,
mean, 'cause that's
like it
definitely-
start like in a pre-written module, like it would start like campaign would start like
Like
as,
they're all war heroes.
they're all
Yeah.
war heroes, and now they're trying to get back
like
home.
they're starts at level 10 or whatever.
yeah,
I
and they're
mean,
trying to
when-
get home.
Like official Wizards of the Coast stuff, they all start at level 1. But I mean, yeah, you could. That's obviously like a homebrew thing you could make or find. There's also like tons and tons and tons of people who write adventures online that you can buy pretty cheap that start all kinds of different levels.
So that was the first one, but the
But
second.
I do love. I'm sorry. I do
Sorry.
love a seafaring adventure.
Oh, that would be
I've
fun.
always wanted to do one. I've always.
You
wanted
haven't
to
done
do-
one? That was the first campaign we did. We were on the seas. We were pirates.
Yeah.
We were
Oh,
sea
man.
pirates, and we were just cutting down everyone we met.
Yeah, that's like one of my
Because
dream
it was like one of my first campaigns back, and of course we started in the deep end. It was like, oh yeah, we want you guys to play like minorly evil.
Oh, we were
And
more than
we
minorly.
were-
We were
hard to-
we were evil.
It's hard to
Yeah.
have a 7-person like campaign that were like first campaign back trying to be chaotic evil.
It was during the pandemic. We were all feeling very locked in.
Yeah.
So, and then second idea, real fast, is we live in a farm town, and these adventurers keep coming through our town. So it's like the adventurers come through our town, but we don't actually leave the town, and you
Right.
have to like deal with all
Oh,
of them.
I heard something on TikTok that was super cool. That's in this vein.
Okay.
So it's based off of you're doing a main campaign, and if your party members ignore something or ignore the plight of a certain town, like they go on, you come back during a one shot, and they have to play the villagers protecting themselves against whatever they didn't handle, and then so like they all like you all draw randomly for these NPCs, and you keep playing them until that NPC dies, and then you change to a new NPC until whatever the threat is defeated, and then they become an alternative party of heroes that are hunting your heroes for not saving them, and it's like a vengeance plot.
I like the idea that even if they die, they haunt them. They haunt them. Like they go and haunt the heroes that didn't save them.
I like it, like, because when you're playing D&D, you play a level 1 character, right? But that's not where their life starts. Because, like, you play, like, a fighter, and they usually, like, oh, they were a war hero. It's just, like, they've only become strong enough through the battle they were in, or the war they were in, to actually be the equivalent of a level 1 fighter. And they start to become, like, fathomably stronger as they progress. So, like, but we never get to see what happens before they're a level 1 fighter, when they were just infantry or whatever. And so, like, for them to develop the skills to become level 1 is very interesting. I do like that. Also, to go real back, having even just one chaotic evil character in a party F's the dynamics of a party. An entire party of chaotic evil sounds...
We were on the spectrum of evil. Like, we were chaotic evil, lawful evil, neutral evil. But we did have, I think, 1 or 2 chaotic evil characters. And it really does mess with the dynamics of a party. Because
It's so
they
tough.
have no reason to want to help us.
No, none. And they almost have reasons to want to work against you.
Well, there was times when the DM had to keep them from killing each other.
Yeah.
Which was actually not as fun as you would think it was, because it was just like, well, now our characters hate each other. It's not great.
No, it's not. Like, when I used to run D&D at comic book shops, and there was one kid, inevitably, who was chaos. And it was always a he. Like, it was always a he.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of one very specific kid who only ever played warlocks, and if they ever came across a vampire or a werewolf, he spent the entire time trying to get bit. And I'm like, you understand, if you get bit, like, you lose control of this character. Then he would throw a fit, and all he would do is just try to incite chaos, and no one liked him at the table, but, you know, it's a comic book shop, people just walk in and play. But no, like, having a chaotic evil character just really, like, everybody has to work together, you know? If you're in a team and you're not all lockstep, well, then you need a new character, because it's not going to work.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, dude, that's so tough, because, like, I have no imagination. No.
I don't believe that.
Well, because, like, I have such simple, like, wants, because I don't get to play very often. So it's just like, I just like to play.
Then make up a race. Well,
I just want to play. I think
somebody adopt him. Somebody take them into their campaign. Like,
I would love to do a campaign where the entire team is a thieves guild.
Okay,
And
cool.
so we can get approached by different people for different like heists, or, you know, we come, like, almost every single adventure or dungeon we go on is going to be a heist. And I just think that'd be really fun.
did you see
planning
that?
out the
Did you
heist.
see
That's
that
very
post?
fun.
Did I send you the post that says the DM decides if the heist, the players decide what the background music is?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like,
interesting.
That's
like,
really cool. I like
it's-
that concept a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's like because the way what it means is, like, the players decide if it's being done to Yakety Sax or if it's done to Mission Impossible.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that
like-
would completely change it up.
Yeah, and so it's like I was like, oh, this made me think of you. Like,
Oh yeah. So another one I have besides heist, because that would be really fun, would be a horror campaign, and like the actual content. I would like it to be Lovecraftian. That's my favorite type of horror. But, like, the biggest thing for me is having the players buy into the horror. So I love Curse of Strahd. It's one of my favorite campaigns. It's Dracula, basically, in this castle, blah, 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 rules over this town, this village, whatever. But every time I run it 3 times, and it's just jokes, and everybody's like, "Ba-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-doo," and no one takes the horror aspect seriously. Like that for me with just having the players buy into like, oh, this is spooky.
I
And
feel
all
like that's tonally, it's like that's kind of the Achilles heel of D&D is that if you want something that has a tone to it, you have to kind of pre-decide it. You have to talk with your team about it.
We did that a lot with Delta Green.
Yeah.
Delta Green was super creepy.
Yeah.
Super Lovecraftian, and I think we did play it very like. There were jokes in there, but we really were like.
Obviously, jokes happen, but yeah, every time I do it, it's just like. Also, too, all I do is hang out with people who are idiots. So like, all of us are just constantly making jokes, and we can't help
I don't know
ourselves.
what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying about me.
Oh no, not you guys. I never hang out with you guys.
He never sees us ever.
What the comments are.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I can pull up on my phone.
I'm just gonna look you.
Okay.
What are they saying? Can you read?
Can you read? Is that a thing we can do?
I only know 9 Texas laws, and that's my max. All right, so who has the next one? That was mine.
Yeah. All right, Danny, what's your prompt?
Okay, so my prompt is I was actually having a conversation earlier today about theater.
Oh, nerd.
Live theater.
Nerd.
Nerd!
I'm gonna clip this out and send it to my mom. She loves theater.
She loves the theater.
Yes.
We were talking-
anything unless you're Broadway.
We were talking about how live theater is kind of dying. People are not going to see live theater shows, not like they used to. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's rising up. And me and Aaron were talking about immersive theater, how immersive theater is kind of, as live theater where you're seeing a play and you're not really engaged in it, you're just watching, the ticket sales are plummeting. Immersive theater is coming up. And it really brought me to thinking, what's the next step for immersive theater? I'm like, oh, it's probably VR. Probably immersive VR.
Full dive.
Full dive.
Even though there's totally been some of the subjects died. So
What?
there was a story that kind of got buried in everything that's going on, but they were like, yeah, we tested on like it was chickens or something. They tested on animals and the animals died.
They tested full VR on animals and they died?
Full dive, and the animals died, and they're like, no, that was just like Elon was like, nah, it's just because they were old. We chose like already dying animals.
We chose ones on the way out.
I do vaguely remember this. But I do think VR theater. So VR, immersive VR movies, immersive VR theater shows. That is what's going to be the next media. And so I'd love to know for you, both of you, what is something that you think is going to be going on its way out, and what do you think is going to replace it?
Oh, just in general.
Yeah, just I'm opening it up. It's not necessarily entertainment. Anything. It could be anything.
Oh, I have so many dumb ideas. I mean, obviously the normal one is like driving. People driving, like there's this whole push that like a whole generation that doesn't want to drive anymore. But you know what I think would be funny? That just be on its way out? Clothes. And like it's just like hollow clothes where you can change your outfit by like turning your little thing that's on like on a belt, and you're like, it's a different outfit.
Is it like a jumpsuit, like a full jumpsuit that you zip up and then like
it
makes its own designs?
Or out like you can look like you're wearing a trench coat, but you're not actually. Like it's just
that actually sounds like a really like it opens up for people to be walking billboards.
Yeah, no, I mean they already are.
That's fair.
That's already like how many like
Brands.
actually this is a like soapbox moment for Corey. Corey's about to have a rant. All right, here we go.
Soapbox.
Like the thing that's obnoxious even now, like I'm wearing a Take One like t-shirt. This is
actually wearing a D&D inspired t-shirt.
But Danny's wearing Meow Wolf. I'm wearing Take One, and then people wear like Supreme and all this. Like we're basically billboards.
No, that's very fair.
We're basically billboards.
I was thinking though, like we can get monetized.
But you know what the one I really judge people about is when they get tattoos of brands.
Yeah.
Like
People
I knew
do
it.
that?
Yeah, I knew a dude who got an Alpine Star tattoo.
Wow.
Was he in Oklahoma?
Yeah, he was.
That seems like a very Oklahoma thing. That's
But,
why
like,
no one wants to live in Oklahoma.
Just know,
that man.
I think less of you if you get a brand as a tattoo.
Okay, I'm gonna cancel my Take One improv tattoo I had.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah,
Please
please
don't.
don't. Only if it's of Toshi's face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Anybody
people
get
get dog.
a tattoos of Toshi? Fine.
Yeah.
If you get the T1 logo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna judge you a little bit.
Okay.
He's
gonna...
just gonna get Corey Phillips tattoo. It's weird.
Oh, I already have that one. Yeah, it's my favorite brand.
Okay.
It's just what is it? It's just my face. But
Yeah.
no, it's
With
the
your
hat that
hat.
makes it look like a afro.
halo?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
halo hat.
Oh, the afro, yeah.
See, everybody keeps telling me it looks like I have an afro, and it's like that's not what
I was
going
about to say they've never seen an afro. That's cool.
for.
Like, because I can tell you the people that have been saying it. Yeah, I can see what you look like. Like,
So things that I don't know if things I think that are actually going to go out. There are things that I would like to go away.
What?
Like,
yeah. What do you want?
Like, I would love for just countries to go away. Just all of us living in one big country and actually getting along with each other.
World peace?
Yeah, I mean, I would
Did you
love
just-
world
Did
peace.
you just 100% with a straight face give
So-
us the standardized like Miss USA answer? Did you
Yes, you
say
did.
world peace?
Also, I brought my guitar for the talent section.
Okay, cool.
So that's
Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Eris is the lamest human being that's on the, like, did you give us world peace?
I didn't mean
I
to.
said hollow shirts.
Yeah.
You said world peace.
Also, racism. If we could get rid of that.
Look at
that'd be
him
great.
up here
Wow.
trying to impress you all four of you.
Also, visit my Patreon.
Patreon?
yeah.
Patreon?
You know,
Oh,
it?
damn, yeah. Patreon. Back in my day, it was a Patreon.
Patreon. I'm a
No,
patriot.
I'm a patriot.
He's having one of those normal Miss USA like mental shutdowns
Yeah.
where they're like, I can't, you, peace, hunger.
Oh, man. I can't
The
wait.
rain's down in Africa.
Oh, war is bad.
But you're like,
What are clouds made of?
Blink twice if you need us to save you.
Blink 182. Something
give me a real answer.
a real
Yeah.
Yeah,
answer.
you plebe.
Yes, my serious, heartfelt
No.
piece.
No.
Something that's on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm actually surprised it hasn't died already, but just regular TV. Like satellite.
Ooh,
Okay,
yeah.
like,
Just, yeah, like all the networks and stuff. Like, why?
Who's watching?
Yeah, like it still exists. Like you can still call DirecTV and get that stuff installed. Like landlines are pretty much dead. You can still buy a landline if you want them, but they're basically dead.
Also, like infomercials, like then buying networks and things like that.
Interesting.
Like, who still buys this stuff?
My mom.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Love you, mom. You're not in. Hopefully, you're not watching 30 minutes of this.
For the low price of $15.99, you too can own a fake diamond.
You know what? You know what I would love to go out, like to be out, to be phased out, is theaters themselves.
Okay.
Like I love not like theaters. I'm
What
talking
are you
about like
talking
movie
about?
theaters,
Oh.
cinema. The reason being is that, and it's not because like I don't like and I know I'm gonna make a lot of people mad because I'm in movies, like and like I know a lot of
That's why they're mad. Because you're in
Wow.
movies.
no, like I guys, it's because like I have a lot of friends that work in the industry. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
Corey, what the heck? It's because the movie I've not had a good movie going experience in like a decade.
No, same.
Because people have forgotten how to be like a nice audience. Like they bring their babies, nothing against babies, but babies have no business being at a movie theater. They just cry the whole time. The first explosion that happens and it rattles their little formative brains. Like they're immediately crying. I had my whole Endgame experience was ruined because there was like a row of teens dry heave crying the entire time. And I know that makes me sound like an old man, but it's just like nobody.
Wait, did we watch that together?
Yeah, remember? And I was just furious because the guys next to us.
He was sneezing and coughing a bunch.
He also had all those snacks that sounded like they were wrapped in Japanese plastic. I don't know if you know anything about Japanese plastic. It's 10 times louder than any other plastic for no discernible reason.
They have to ship it across our giant country,
And so they're like,
they need it to
and they're
really
it's just,
be
and
good.
they have like they've brought their entire home worth of snacks. The people behind me are crying. Like there was this girl, and I'm not gonna lie, I will 100% own this. I wanted horrible things to happen to this girl because she just like the whole movie she's and just donkey crying the whole time. And then by the time like her friends are trying to talk her down, by the time she comes down, like something else happened.
Yeah.
She's immediately back.
Remember, there's something that happens in the last Avengers movie, and then you find out.
I don't know what. There's no spoilers. It's been like
You remember
forever.
when what's her name? Scarlett Johansson's character dies.
Yeah.
And
Scarlet
she was like,
Witch.
ah!
Like
went to go watch Suicide Squad, the first one, and it was the peak of the movie. Everything's happening, and there was a dude snoring louder than I've ever heard anyone snore ever. Like, it was louder than the movie.
Wow.
It was
And
awesome.
it's like that. And like I straight up, real talk, Danny Earl remembers, I got up and out loud said, I hate every single one of you.
He did. He did. And then he left the theater.
And then left the theater like...
I got shushed at a theater. We were watching X-Men 3, and I was with a girlfriend at the time who was watching the movie with me, had no interest in comic books at all, and she kept asking me questions. I was answering questions, and this guy was just like, hey, shut up. I was like, okay, I'm 16. I'm doing my best, buddy.
Listen,
Yeah,
I need this, man.
You need to shut up.
That's fair.
I'm now that guy.
Yeah,
And
look,
so...
Yeah,
you're
Corey's
probably
right,
the same
man.
age as that guy.
And we went to another movie, and it was just the same thing. I can't remember what it was we were seeing, but it was just the same thing. It's like, I think this medium has run its course. Like, it's now just... It's like airplanes today.
Oh,
Where it's just like they used to be like these.
Airbuses?
They used to be this luxurious thing that people would wear suits to,
Oh,
and now it's just a Greyhound bus in the sky.
Yeah.
That's movie theaters. It's just adult daycare where they get to forget that they're human
you
beings.
know why? I think it's because they're like, when they're at home watching, they're like, it is my space. I'm going to treat it like it is an amazing space. And as soon as I go out
They
to a
do
cinema,
not.
but when they go to the cinema, they're like, there's someone else's problem here.
I think
This-
it's,
I'm gonna
I
have
think
to
it's
go
the
where I
problem
want.
is that they're trying to treat it like they're at home.
I think
really?
I think
Like-
it's the same. I think they're so used to watching movies and stuff at their own home that when they go to theaters, they're just...
People talk during their own movies at home?
Oh, I do. 100%. I am the guy... you guys never want to watch movies with me. I love to pause movies and dissect them as I'm watching the movie.
What do you do when you pause?
I get a frog and a knife. No, I love to analyze. That's like my favorite
I
thing.
honestly think that to me is not even nearly as bad as what Danny does.
Oh.
What
Danny-
do I do?
Danny
What do I do?
Rips ass?
No,
during-
that would be amazing.
I mean, I do that.
Yeah.
But yes.
She does do that, but no, she watches them in pieces.
Yeah, when I decide
So
I'm tired of watching.
she won't watch a movie all the way through. She'll watch like 30 minutes and then stop, and it'll be 2 or 3 days before she picks it back up again. And I'm like, you're a serial killer.
I love the idea that I love the idea that you just stay there in that place until she
Like-
picks it back up again.
I 100% do.
You
I
don't
100%.
move.
I'm sitting there and she'll get up. The thing that bothers me is like I'll hold it until I can't hold it no more.
Yeah.
Like she'll get up 5, 6, 7 times. Can you pause it? I'm like, sit down.
Yeah.
Why?
We don't watch movies together anymore.
Oh,
I watch them like on my phone or by myself on my own time.
I
and
got
Corey's
that,
like,
yeah.
"You've been watching that movie for a week," and I was like, "I'm not done with it yet. I haven't finished. I've watched it."
It's
I
psychotic.
need to digest these in
It's
pieces.
Yeah.
psychotic.
I get tired. I want to go to sleep.
If you do this, if you out there do this, no, I think you're the problem.
What is the thing? Is this one of those things I do that's like Danny's a serial killer?
Oh yeah,
like
no,
this
100%.
is it.
This
Like,
is upon the pile of I think you're.
I'm meticulous and I can come back to my work.
So real
I
quick,
know where I left off.
some comments. I really like this. Talking about tattoos, we got the tortilla slap tattoo idea.
Oh, that's not a brand though. Unless that's now my brand is getting slapped by tortillas.
I think it's just an idea for a tattoo.
Is it gonna look like a moon though if you just get a tortilla?
it's gonna look like a bespeckled moon.
Yeah.
Isaac also has an idea for a topic, but I don't see the topic written out. So Isaac, if you could update your comment. Here, Boss Amune, I've stopped going to horror movies because people scream just to be funny.
Yeah, and they scream at inappropriate times. They're also the problem. Know if you do this, if you go to movies to troll, you're garbage.
Who wants to pay money to do that?
Yeah, you're garbage. I hate you. We don't need to associate with anymore.
Oh, Liz is in the comments.
Liz?
Yeah, she says donkey crying ?
Oh yeah, you not know what donkey crying is? So it's my favorite thing I say favorite thing. It's a hilarious thing that like kids do where they're crying so hard that they're basically dry heaving.
Yeah, they're
And
like hyperventilating.
Like it's because they're maintaining the cry through the inhale, and so it sounds like a donkey.
Yeah.
I also call it whale crying, but the whale cry doesn't really like. There's the whale cry, which is just the exhale of it. But the donkey is the inhale afterwards.
That's how Corey knows I'm really upset if I donkey cry. Like, that's how he knows.
He knows I'm upset when I donkey kick him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I made a donkey fetish joke earlier.
Yeah.
When she's like, I have a bruise in the back of my head. And I get it at night. And I was like,
I know. I watched you do it. I was trying to keep.
Is that what you said behind me?
No, right next to you. If you had peripheral vision, you would
I
see.
don't.
she's an owl. She
Yeah.
only has
No,
binocular.
for the audio folks, she is wearing those horse blinders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's just, they're fixed in their sockets like an owl. So she has to like,
Okay, so for my prompt, I actually had 2 ideas. I'm going to do the one that's a bit more topical because we just had a con.
Okay.
So, no, that's boring. Okay, screw that one. Here's my idea.
this sounds like the stream is skipping.
No,
And-
I'm just loading. So my prompt is, and my question is, we're all actors.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And we have a bit of a like online presence, and we've done things, films, movies, TV shows, anime. Have you been confused for another I'm saying celebrity in quotations, right? You're like, oh, I really love you in this, and you have to tell them like, oh, that's not me, I'm someone else.
Yep.
I can go first.
Yep.
Give you time to think about it.
Oh, I already know mine.
Okay, cool. I'm still gonna go first. So for me, I had people commenting on my TikTok at first. I did move over to Instagram, and there were I had one lady who was just like, "Oh my god, your voice is so sexy, and I just love everything you do." And she was very forward, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to say thank you." And move along.
Klops is the epitome
Yeah,
of sex.
Okay.
I really thought that was the Hiss character. Like,
No, this was a year before Klops. Like this was a bit ago, and they weren't giving me examples. They were just saying that my voice is so sexy and that I was very attractive, and I was just saying thank you, trying to be polite and not engage, but also not like make them feel weird. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like they can.
how
find me-
dare you find me
I
attractive?
know. Like what's wrong?
Who
with
are
you?
you?
I've said that to a lot of people.
Yeah, he said it to me. And so throughout talking with this person, I ended up realizing, because they were like, oh, when you said this in this book, because I also do audiobooks, it was about neon lights. Like, oh, it was so sexy, and she got a little explicit. And I was like, I don't understand. What book is this? She told me the name of the book. And it was narrated not by, the narrator didn't use his name. He used
Pseudonym?
a screen name. Not even like I guess it is a pseudonym. And it was vo.eris. Eris is my last name.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know who this is. So I Google it, and they have a couple 100,000 subscribers, followers on TikTok. And their whole thing is basically just doing like sexy man voice, ASMR. And so like their whole thing is they do a Patreon where they give out like customized like
Get your phone out. We need to find him.
yeah, it's just like
Oh, hey, I'm gonna kiss you on your lips or whatever.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna explain to you what exactly the donkey cry is. It's,
Hey,
No. Why is that your go-to move?
it's my boy voice.
She
We're
does
doing
this
men.
all the time. She's like, you know what? I can contribute to this conversation. I'm going to become a 10-year-old boy.
no. Did Corey tell you that I pulled a Danny at the final show of the weekend at the con?
No, he didn't tell me.
Yeah. So the prompt was like what the ask for the prompt was what's a really dangerous job? What was your first job?
Okay.
And this guy was like, oh, oil field mining. What was it? Oil
Oil is like,
Oil rig?
rigging.
Oil
Oil
rig.
rigging.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really fun. Like, why is that your first job? So I made
That's a
my
weird first
character
job.
be a 10-year-old boy, and the game was should have said. So you basically the bell rings and you have to change with the last thing that you said, and it can change the scene. So Chanel was sitting down, and Corey had her change how she was sitting, and then finally she was just sitting on the chair sideways, And so I was like, oh, my character is having like their first sexual awakening. And Corey was like, no, you stop that right now. And I was like, sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What's
Stop it! Stop
wrong with these people?
I was just thinking at 10 years old, like I had the hots for Pamela Anderson. Like I didn't do anything about it, but
Because you didn't
I
know
was
her.
10. It was 25 years ago.
When I was 10, you know where I had the hots for? Melissa Joan Hart from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, yeah,
that's who I had the hots for.
Sure.
I didn't know about Pamela Anderson well later. I did not have access.
She had a TV show where she was a private detective. It's the worst television show I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah, it was horrible. I can't remember what it was called.
I was into everyone in the Mummy. Every single person in the Mummy, both men and women.
Oh man,
Everyone in the
that
Mummy.
that big sandstorm with the face really got me.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that hole, huge.
I've always wanted to be sandblasted.
Okay, so but anyways, I had multiple people say, "Oh, like Vio Eris, you're so hot." Like I can't believe this because he never shows his face. So they thought I was his actual, and I had to tell multiple. Someone was trying to get me to do their erotica audiobook. And I was like, oh, no, that's not me. You should just ask him. He obviously does audiobooks. And they were like, oh, well, because I gave them my rate. I'm like, oh, this is your rate. I can't imagine what his is. And I took that a little personally because,
Yep,
you know,
yep,
I am
A real audiobook person who does like audiobooks of all kinds.
all kinds. I do
professionally.
Yeah, I work with professional studios. Nothing against Vio Eris, although I have heard sketchy things about him, but that's not really my place to. Yeah.
Wow.
So don't confuse me for that guy.
Wow.
Wow.
You're not the face of him.
Yeah.
I
Another.
haven't
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I haven't really had this experience per se. But I've noticed recently that people, so like for a while, people were confusing you for me.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up.
And now they're going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting confused for you, you're getting confused for me. And that's a weird experience that it's now shifting. And I'm going to hate it if it full flips the other direction. Because I'm like, I got used to a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
You don't even look alike.
I
You
will
don't
say though,
sound alike.
No.
No,
I'm gonna
there's-
love it when we finally like the inevitability when we just start to hate each other, and then they still confuse us for each other.
Spider-Man.
And Venom.
No, Spider-Man and his best friend style.
Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, the Goblin.
Osborn.
Yeah, Harry Osborn. Like that, because in the last Spider-Man movie,
It's very heavily.
they talk.
loaded,
He's like,
too.
"I promise I won't turn evil." And
I promise I won't turn evil.
And it's like, yeah, you're doing that scene with me right now.
I was thinking Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you taught me everything I know, and then you cut my legs off.
But you know what? I one time had a girl argue with me about what I was in.
Oh, interesting.
At my booth, she comes up to me. She's like, "I loved you in the show," and I was like, "I wasn't in that show." And she's like, "Yes, you were." And I was like, "No, it wasn't. I've got a pretty good idea of
If
what."
she knows what kind of memory you have, though, it was good for her to keep arguing.
No, she get like I full on know I wasn't in the show.
Okay.
The reason why I know I was in the show because it was before I actually started doing work with Crunchyroll.
Okay, so it's pretty easy.
So
for you
like
to be
it was
wasn't.
really easy for me to eliminate this. Like she said I loved you in Black Butler, and I was like I was never in Black Butler. That recorded way before.
That's a big show. You would
I would have remembered being in
remembered.
Black Butler, and she
Coming
just,
back for
and
the
she
season.
just kept arguing with me that I was in Black Butler, and she did not get convinced that I was not in Black Butler, and I was like, I can't believe somebody would argue with the person who did it that vehemently that they did something that I was like, and to this day I think she thinks that like, no, that Corey Phillips is a jerk.
I love that.
I mean, she's not wrong, but
she's not wrong, but for the wrong reason.
I wonder if she thought that you were just like, oh, he's a comedian. Obviously, he's just doing jokes.
Yeah.
no.
He's totally in it. I mean, he's totally in it.
No, I think.
So,
Yeah.
Danny, do you get confused for Frodo?
I hate you.
I love you.
Why would you? I do get confused with Frodo because you're my Samwise.
That was not a good burn. Like everybody loves Sam.
And my axe.
Danny was like,
You're a goblin.
Your
You
mom.
little spawn. You. Only when people see my hairy feet do they confuse me for Frodo, but most people don't.
But who do you get confused for? Anybody?
Yes, and I don't want to say their name, but people that are unliked at Crunchyroll, I get confused with. You can draw your own conclusions. It has been.
No, so I have at Crunchyroll in the offices by various people think that I'm someone else.
And sometimes it's the person people don't like there, and I'm like, it's not me. I promise it's not me.
I
Oh.
haven't had that happen, but I had someone tell me like, oh, it's just hard, like White dude, dark hair, beard, glasses. And I'm like, I can't help that.
Yeah, everybody thinks he's Matt Rudd.
Oh, man. I wish.
Yeah,
Actually, Matt and I did see that there was like an inception there of a bunch of dudes at Crunchy that look really similar, and we were gonna go say hi to someone we thought was someone, and we got close and we were like, "That's not them! Abort!
Wait. Let's roll that back. Roll the tape back. Did you say we went to go say hi to someone we thought was someone?
Yeah.
I went to say hi to a
And then
human
we
that I thought was...
IMDb'd them, and they're like, "Oh,
No,
you're
not
No,
anyone.
like we thought they were someone we knew. We get close enough and then be like, "Oh no, abort!
Is
abort!"
that a person?
Is that no? It's
There, in the distance. Is that
I
a
think I know
human?
them. I think I know them.
oh shucks, it's a painting again.
Dang it! Son of a whore!
It's just a corn. It's just a piece of corn.
It's a corn.
It's just
It's a corn.
not even an
corn.
entire cob like last time.
It's
Just simply one kernel.
It's a corn.
I found out there's another dude named Christian who's a voice actor at Crunchy, and
really?
I was
Nice.
offended because like Christians are not. Look, I don't look unique.
How dare you!
I was genuinely like, that's the one unique thing about me is my name is Christian. And now his was with a CH, and I was offended. And then I met him a few weeks ago, and he's very
And
lovely.
killed him.
I did. I murdered him. And I wore his skin. No, he's very lovely and nice, and that made me more upset because I'm like, you could at least be a.
I'm
douche.
actually surprised at how many Corys work at Crunchy. Like,
I
there's,
can think of one.
yeah, and then there's Corey Yee. I met another one. He spells his name
No, I
exactly.
do know
yeah.
Corey.
Yeah, Corey
I
Yee
met
spells
Corey.
his name exactly like me, and I was like, that's surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one other Danny. I think.
And
Danny
every time
Chambers.
when someone says
She's-
Danny, they're always talking about Danny Chambers.
She's very
Oh,
lovely.
the worst
She's
thing is
so nice.
she's married to Spencer. And when I have a conversation with him, and I'll be like, "Yeah, so me and Danny were doing blank," and every time he furrows his brow, and he's like, "Oh right."
Oh, right, there's other people named Danny.
He like furrows his brow, and then like he has to work through it. It's hilarious.
Oh, Toshi's joined us.
Toshi, have you ever been confused for anybody else, buddy?
He gets confused all the time for
the
that other
coin.
for the coin. And there's another dog in Frisco, Hachi. They're like, "Is it Hachi?" I'm like, "No, it's Toshi. It's not Hachi." Hachi has a lot more followers.
Did I tell you I don't know if we said this in the last episode or not, but we found out we have a real missed opportunity that we didn't name him Toshiba.
Yeah. That was
Anyways, what are you laughing at?
Sorry, Liz put in the comments for our video, she asked, "Are you all criers?" Which I just think very funny.
Yes.
In response to our donkey crying. Are you guys criers?
Yeah,
I'm
I cry.
criers.
I cry. So what is your cry? What is your cry?
Mine
Yeah.
is it's the chin quiver, and it's like I already struggle with speaking in one full sentence, and it gets worse when I'm crying. So it's just that's basically it.
I call my cry the squeezing out a turd. Because my whole face scrunches like if you took a snapshot of me crying and a snapshot of me aggressively on the toilet, there would not be.
I have one of those pictures.
It would not be a discernible difference between
okay.
because it's just as red in the face and
That's true. It is what he looks like.
Yeah.
They ask him on camera. They say, "Please stop doing that."
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
like,
you are not pretty when you cry.
No,
You do not have a Brad Pitt cry. You have an Iago cry.
Well, I also get very snotty. Like my nose just
Yeah.
releases all the snot. Yeah.
I cry of all forms. I can cry in any way. I cry in many
No,
ways.
she doesn't.
I don't. I cry all the time.
She's lying so hard. No, she
I-
does cry all the time. That's
I am
the
a
truth.
big crier.
But your cry is the same. You do this thing, and it's the funniest thing to me because
What do I do, Corey?
both sides of your mouth try to get as far down your face as they can. They're like I can't even do it. My face isn't stretching up. Like
Are you saying I look like I'm having a seizure?
It's-
I'm going through a stroke?
no, it looks like somebody tried to plastic surgery a smile on you and got the direction wrong. Like it's so far, and then your cries.
I have a lot of tears.
Yeah, you.
Toshi never cries.
You produce a lot of water when you cry.
I do. I'm very lubed up when I cry.
Well, that's also too. We were talking about before we started that Danny needs a lot of water. That's why.
That's true. You said you were wondering why I drink 3 bottles of water each night, and that's because I need to get that into my body so I can cry more.
So you can expel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a water balloon.
Toshi doesn't really cry. He just looks judgingly at you.
He cried when I showed up. He was like,
Oh, he did?
I want to eat your skin, Ma!
Where me?
Love me? Where have you been?
Yeah, well, he loves strangers.
All right, who has the next topic? Is it?
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Is it just the questions that we have aggregated?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so, yeah. Okay, cool.
So what? My question. What was your question?
Mine was what's on its way out.
And yours was.
Have you ever been confused for an actual celebrity?
Not an actual.
No. Just
No.
been confused for someone else. So, questions that we have aggregated. I'm going to do one that's actually in our YouTube comments right now. Is what do you guys think of Blue's Clues?
I think so I think the bar has been set recently so high that Blue's Clues doesn't compare anymore. Because I've heard that Bluey is like mind blowing.
Sure.
Like it's so well written that adults even love it, and so like they have now set a new standard for kid shows that Blue's Clues doesn't meet anymore.
Yeah.
Where is this coming from? Is this like
is
why
from-
is Blue's Clues in the zeitgeist right now?
I can't speak for Isaac, but Isaac said that it was one of their favorite shows when they were 5, and they just want to know what we think of it.
Yeah, I think it was a great show, for its time, but like Bluey recently has like really set a new bar for how kid shows can be written.
So for me, I was a bit too old when Blue's Clues came out. It wasn't a thing that I watched. My niece watched it, and I watched a little bit with her, but again, I was just too old. But that video with Steve a few months back, or last year, whenever it was, and he came back and was like, "Hey guys, it's been a while, but I just want to know that I want you to know that you're doing great."
The closure video.
That gave me goosebumps and all the feels, and I didn't even watch that. I thought it was so good, and he nailed it was so good. For me, that is like peak.
I had a dog
so
named
good.
Blue
Yeah.
because I loved Blue's Clues when I was a kid.
I think all of
It's,
it
like, big
pales
into
into
it.
comparison to the kid show masterpiece that was Sagwa, the Chinese Siamese cat. I
Sagwa!
loved.
That was only one season apparently.
Yeah, let's
We looked it up.
let's talk about obscure kid shows we were into.
Sagwa, I liked.
I've talked about at cons about this before, but like I was a big Arthur stan, but I straight up like I had homicidal thoughts about DW. Like
Thank goodness they're
DW
homicidal and not some other way.
DW like incited in me a primal rage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to look up mine because I can't.
Mine's
remember what it's called.
Wishbone. I
Wishbone.
love Wishbone.
Wishbone.
So the cool thing about Wishbone is it was filmed in Dallas.
Yeah.
And if actors who are probably over the age of 45 that we know that are still in the business, and they lived in Dallas, probably were in Wishbone because
Yep.
it had so many episodes. They had so many
We actually
ancillary
know a
characters.
Barney.
Oh yeah,
That
we know a Barney.
His
Yeah.
suit got lit on fire.
We actually did a con with Barney.
We know 3 Barneys.
We do.
Yeah, we know. 3
I
Barneys.
loved Barney as a child too. Like
I
Barney
hated
was
Barney.
Barney's bag
My
where they would go
sister
in.
was so into Barney. I know the Barney bag song. I remember the Barney bag song.
I was into
Imagination
Barney.
in the Barney bag. See what we can make today. Yeah, see what we can make today.
I'm in between the two of you, like always. I'm neutral on Barney. So if we could spoon.
Same dude that gave the world peace.
Peace.
And then like, look at you.
Yeah.
neutral.
So
just
my
want
my
one.
obscure kids cartoons actually an anime before I knew what anime was.
Okay.
It was called Samurai Troopers. So I
Oh
loved.
my gosh!
I actually
forgot
had,
about
like,
Samurai Troopers.
Yeah, I actually had a few of their toys and stuff, but like
Yeah.
I had them for so long, I actually forgot what Samurai Troopers was, and then I found it on Crunchyroll after I started working there because I actually got the account and stuff. And I found it, and I was like, oh, I started to watch it. It doesn't.
It doesn't age well.
no.
Like Metabots didn't age well.
No.
Like there's some that just don't.
No.
You know what? Same thing. I found a toy that reminded me I was really into this thing. VR Troopers.
VR Troopers, yeah. And we talked about Street Sharks
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, Street
All
Sharks. That was
the
a deep
Teenage
cut.
Mutant Ninja Turtles knockoff.
Yeah, dude, I love Street Sharks. They were all on. I was also really into rollerblading at the time.
You know what's? You know
they
what
were,
show
like,
my
on
little
rollerblades.
sister was into that like sends me into like Vietnam flashbacks.
What?
Is
Why are there all your sister shows that do this?
because my sister loved an inordinate amount of kid shows and she would watch them religiously, and so like all their episodes are just inundated in my brain. It was Dragon Tales.
Oh, I remember Dragon Tale.
I don't like Dragon Tale. I used to watch it.
Ord, Cassie, like she watched them so much. I remember their names today. Ord, Cassie, you know, like all like I remember the names.
I have a kids show or kids movie that I need people to find. That I need to know. It's like in my memory deep, where I was at daycare and they were riding these fake little toy horses, and they basically galloped to different castles, and they would go and do this like maypole thing there on this little horse.
I have no idea.
I tried to look that up on the internet and I cannot look it up.
Who
but
remembers
I need help.
the Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog?
What's that?
Oh.
It was a Power Ranger spawn, but it was with Scottish knights, and they all had like element-based powers, like
Okay, I don't know
fire.
That is like a mishmash. It's like that's a Highlander, Avatar,
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Well, it was way before Avatar.
I
This is
love that.
way before Avatar.
So we've got some people commenting their favorite kid shows.
Okay.
Little Bear, which was another PBS, I
I
believe.
don't know if I know Little
I
Bear.
remember Little Bear,
I don't
no.
remember.
This one's not really super, like, uncommon, but like Scooby Doo, favorite kid
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And then Ninja Turtles, obviously. Everybody
Okay.
loves Ninja Turtles.
Like, was there any other ones that were like really obscure that were in there? Those are
no,
like
no,
those are-
not in there.
This is pretty mainstream.
Yeah,
pretty,
it's
Okay, cool. So other questions.
Fraggle Rock I was really into, but no one else was.
Oh yeah, Fraggle Rock. I remember that. Little Muppet Boys. One question we got. This was from a few weeks ago from Felicia. Has anyone broke character and couldn't recover from it? Because of it, they had to change the whole skit. Now we can do that in either the whole thing or just the.
several times, but I never abandoned the sketch.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think you ever
Several-
abandoned
It
it.
happens a lot in Good, Bad, and Ugly when you're the host.
Christian does it to me constantly. There was one that happened this weekend. What was it? What did you do?
Oh, dude, that one was hard because it's
Fetch
just
Quest?
like it was Fetch Quest.
Yeah.
Where you said
You were the big
it
milkmaid.
smells like Vera Wang.
Yeah,
Right?
And
I had a
could-
candle.
I was like, I could answer one of those things.
Why does it smell like
Why does it
Vera
smell like Vera
anyway?
Wang? And I just looked at you and I was like, oh, I can answer one of those.
Yeah, and it tickled me, and then like it got me on tilt, and then I like later on you're like, I was like, look at this 8-legged horse, and you're like, stop talking about that pony or like newborn horse.
The newborn calf.
That newborn calf that way.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think, because, I love, like, Corey laughs, but, like, to get Corey to tear and just, like, really, really laugh from the bottom of his, like, tummy it's kind of rare, and I love to do it. I think my favorite, I actually didn't get to see it, but my family went to the show, and they told me, like, oh, Corey was, like, he couldn't even stand, was when I was the bodybuilder that was too big.
Yep.
Too big,
That
and you're
was so funny.
screaming off stage.
Because he couldn't get in the door.
No, he was having like an emotional breakdown, and like
Because I was trying to
turned
call.
sideways, you moron.
Yeah, because like you told me like, oh, I was trying to go out with your sister and that she just broke up with me. So
Yep.
I'm in the back just
Whale crying, basically.
Howling off stage, and we can't do anything on stage. And mind you, I had already been primed for this because Danny is trying to.
I sat on your face.
Danny's trying to spot me because I'm supposed to be benching, and she's just.
Oh, dude.
I was doing it. I sat on your face.
Yeah,
on
she sat on my
stage.
face, like sat on. my
That is like that's just like peak. That was so
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
All right, Toshi, what's your answer? Nothing?
No, he never breaks character.
Yeah, he never does. He's always Doge.
No, that's not true. Men in armor.
Oh, Men in Armor?
Yeah,
He doesn't like them?
He does not like men in armor.
Robot Men, too.
Robot men.
If we even put on Star Wars and C-3PO comes on, he's
You know,
like...
oh, that's where it started.
He,
Because like
like-
when he was a puppy, he didn't like Iron Man or
No,
C-3PO.
he saw... Yeah, he would see it and he was like, that's not human. That's evil.
Oh no, my dog hates robots.
Yeah, same.
he
did.
hates them.
It's a dog thing. They just know it's not natural. That thing can't give me food.
I can think of like little moments where I would break character, but I would just have to turn from the audience. I think the biggest one for me was our last show in Dallas in the theater, where Lindsay, well, actually that one friend again, where Lindsay was just like sitting on me and like licking my face, and then because like before she started licking my face, Kimber endowed Lindsay that she's always licking your face, and I had to turn from the audience because I knew what Kimber was doing, and I was like ah.
I had one on set that happened, which was I'm gonna replace the noun. So the noun I'm gonna change it for is like Davy Jones because
Okay.
because the ad
It hasn't aired yet. You
hasn't
can't
aired
say
yet.
it.
So So we had this kid actress, and it's me and this kid actress playing her dad, and she's a rock star. She's crushing it, but and that's what makes it funnier is because she's crushing it. She's just on it. Every direction she gets, she's on it. But her brain just like shorts out for this one take, shorts out, and so like she's supposed to say like, please, or like come to Davy Jones and see what's new, and instead she goes, Davy Jones. Just like this, an octave lower just goes, Davy Jones. And I lost it on camera. It was the funniest thing because it was just so guttural and like, and she's this little dainty girl. And she goes,
I could see that.
she's like, Davy Jones. like Rick and Morty style. Just, like, and she's like, I don't know what happened.
That's so
It
beautiful.
was so funny.
I remember one time, this last time that I really, really broke was
I
actually
don't
during
think
an
I've
audition.
ever seen you break.
Mine was during an audition, and I couldn't get this hat to flip.
Oh
I couldn't
my
I was
gosh,
like
yes.
trying to pull off my hat and being like, I'm a master of disguise, and flip my hat and put it back on, but I couldn't get it.
It's a bucket hat, and she's wanting to show off in this audition that this bucket hat can be turned inside out.
reversible.
And so
It
she's like
changes color.
trying to get it to flip out, and she's just messing with it.
I'm
and I'm off
struggling.
camera, like
Dying.
I turned away trying to not ruin the take, but it was.
I ruined the take because I finally got it, and I tried to like push on, and I couldn't
Yeah.
get it.
It was so
Just busted out laughing.
so funny.
That's so good.
I was really struggling with that prop.
Okay, so last question of this particular episode.
I see a hey guys from somebody.
Yeah, that is actually the person whose question we just answered, Felicia.
Oh,
Hey
Felicia.
Felicia,
Yeah,
Hi, Felicia.
or it goes by Gadget online.
go gadget.
Go,
That's
Gadget.
how old I am.
Okay, so here's one from, oh goodness, how do I say that? Acroyo Gajam.
LaCroix.
LaCroix Gajam.
Let's joy my
What?
jam.
What does Take One do between cons and events? Is that what I said? Cons and events?
Well, we
Cry.
perform. I mean, we perform
Lots of
at a
tears.
monthly show. We all do acting.
Gratuitous.
Rehearse.
Just staring each other in their eyes and just bawling, just donkey crying so hard.
And sometimes we do that at cons.
Yeah, we do that.
Sometimes we do it at people.
Yeah. No, it's funny. So like, because cons are what we are the most known for, I think, as a group of Take One.
Yeah, let's take one.
Yeah.
We cook breakfast.
Obviously.
You've never cooked breakfast ever. What are you doing?
That was really funny. You guys are giving real serious answers, so I'm gonna tell the truth. You guys
Yeah.
keep telling your
Well-
your catered nonsense, and I'm gonna be
Catered
like,
World
nonsense.
peace. We are currently doing world peace.
I'm trying.
several of us take gratuitous dumps.
No, those are real answers.
Yeah.
Gratuitous?
Gratuitous.
What does that mean?
It means we could stop, but we don't.
Oh.
It's too much. Like there's a point where you're like, I'm doing a lot right now.
Okay. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had those.
Yeah, I had one earlier today.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't eat this much.
Well, this one wasn't that. It was more like I've been holding on to that too. Like,
I
was
have
building the ship in Starfield yesterday.
I was building this shit in Starfield.
Building this shit in Starfield.
It's
You
just-
held on to it for so long.
I gotta install this module. It's just, it's apparently not up to tolerance. You gotta,
man, it's really hard to make the Millennium
oh,
Falcon.
what do you mean there's too many kernels of corn? What do you mean, Todd Howard? What do you mean it's too long? It's
Open the doors, just like a million kernels of corn fall out. It's just
a corn. A corn
a
ball.
single corn
A singular large corn
rolls down.
out,
Corn.
kills my character, does max damage.
Oh man! So the people listening to the audio only can't see Corey actually has tears.
He's dying.
That's my favorite.
he's-
Just this door open and this singular kernel of corn. And
Oh, I was thinking Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Boop-a-dee-bee, boop-a-dee.
We should get really good at After Effects and replace like Armageddon, but it's just a kernel of corn.
Oh yeah.
The corn.
The
What is that song? What is the corn song?
What's that corn song?
What's that?
You mean all of their songs?
No, the corn song.
Oh!
I love. What is it?
Corn.
It's what you eat.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
corn. It's got the juice. It's got, the
juice.
juice.
Yeah. Wow. We both were like, oh yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I know.
Whatever his name
I was
is.
like the corn song.
Did you say Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
No, that's two different people. I think.
Matt Rudd, tell us the lead singer of Korn's name.
Yeah, Matt, are
It's-
you
no.
here, Matt?
The lead singer of Korn is
Jonathan something.
I thought it was Jonathan Majors. That's
It's not Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's not Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I'll tell you
No,
that.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is the kid
guy
from
from Home Improvement, yeah.
Yeah.
in the lesser known movie of I'll Be There for Christmas.
Was he also in Jingle All the Way?
Oh, that's the movie I'm thinking of, Jingle All the Way.
I
No,
don't.
I
I don't think so.
thought he
that
was I'll Be Home for Christmas. That
And
was
maybe it
his,
is I'll Be Home for Good, yeah.
He's
Say-
like a Casanova who's trying to make it home for Christmas, and then he meets this girl, and they fall in love, and he brings her home for Christmas.
So it's like a big budget Hallmark film.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is definitely, and his solo.
That made me laugh. Now
Career
I'm just
never
thinking
took
of
off.
kernels.
I know.
Of corn.
I know. So that's a new tattoo. Is just oh Lord, he coming, and it's just a big kernel
Of corn.
oh Lord, he coming, and then the corn is like falling down like on its way.
Yeah.
It's like a giant boulder rolling down the
A
hill.
kernel
wanna
of
know-
corn being squeezed out.
All right, I want to read the comments.
Okay.
All right,
I'm telling you, they're right here.
this is the section of the show where I'm going to read the comments.
Okay, so unfortunately, I haven't gotten any
New
that
ones?
are like mean.
Who's here?
Hey y'all, it's Isaac. I'm loving your podcast so far. Yvonne E says, brilliant. Howdy, homies. You're keeping me company on my walk whether you want to or not. Believe me, we want to. Because remember, you need to miss me too. Mochi Cosplay. I only know 9 Texas laws, and that's my max.
Corey can't read.
Yeah, I can't read. One of Definitive says, hey fam, original Pokemon cards in a binder, hell yeah. All right, now
Oh, we're not reading all of them.
No, because we've read some of these.
Yeah.
Gadget.
Jonathan Davis.
Jonathan
Ah, there it
Davis.
is. Well, it's kind of Taylor.
He was the voice of Simba from Lion King.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yes.
was.
True.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was.
probably his best acting.
Yeah.
Honestly. It really went downhill as he got older. He should have taken some classes.
That sounds really questionable. That statement. As he got older, he just got ugly and.
No, his acting went downhill.
Oh, okay.
Gadget, you got named after the Rescue Rangers. Man, wow. Did you like the movie?
I hope so.
The Chipmunks movie that came out recently?
Oh, recently.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I have not either. I haven't seen any movies.
Rescue Rangers, that's a deep cut. That was a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
No, it was a show.
Rescue Rangers?
Yeah.
I thought Rescue Rangers was the two mice. And the
They're
second follow
chipmunks.
up one was the Rescue Down Under.
No,
No, you're thinking of Five-O Goes
Five-O
West.
Goes West. No, Rescue
And-
Rangers was 2 chipmunks,
Yeah.
and they had a plane that was also a blimp,
Yes.
and their pilot was addicted, like straight up addicted to cheese.
Was that? Oh, I'm thinking of the one where
Cheese, like that guy.
I'm thinking of the other show where it was just Baloo who was now a pilot. What was that
Oh, that's
show? called?
oh man, that's oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Baloo is
It's just like all the Jungle Book characters are now like
yeah.
doing more human-y things.
Did you guys watch Babar?
No.
No one else watched Babar?
I know
big-
Fubar.
Nope, not the same.
Oh, okay.
Babar was an elephant. I loved Babar.
Oh.
So good. But anyone out there was Babar fans.
I know Fubu.
Fupa?
No, not Fubu. No!
No.
Just both of us started screaming at her.
No.
What is
No. No. What? No. No.
Disturbing the dog. He's
He
sleeping.
ain't disturbed.
Oh, all right, everybody. I think that is where we're going to end it up today. So next weekend on Sunday, we're going to do another live stream at 7 p.m. Central. And the audio for all your podcasting needs are probably going to be dropping on Mondays, I
Okay.
think.
Where's it gonna go?
So it's going to be going to Spotify, Amazon, Google. It's going to be on all the major podcasting platforms. So if you want to listen to us again but don't like looking at us, which is fair, check us out there.
And be sure to like,
Awesome.
subscribe, and all that, because really it does help us with the algorithm, because none of us can be bothered to do this job. And so please like us on all our social medias. You can find most of the Take One stuff at Take the Number One Improv. You can find that at our website. You can find us on all social media at Take the Number One Improv. Also, you can find me at Corey J. Phillips. Pretty much on everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
His OnlyFans is on there too. It's
I
really
am
crazy.
the
It's all
Christian
Yu-Gi-Oh
Harris.
cards.
The Christian Harris. The THE, not the letter. The Christian Harris on everything.
Danielle Yoshiko. I'm out there.
The truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
Toshi Phillips.
So yeah, be sure to like us, share us, and all that. I'm gonna do before you
Please
go.
play Yu-Gi-Oh with Corey when you see him. I honestly, please do this for me. He needs this.
All right.
For you.
Love you, everybody. Bye.
Have a good week.
Don't.